Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna go ahead and weld these uppers in as well as the gussets. Then we'll put the bags in, the airline, and then we'll get the wheels put back on. Then we can go ahead and start messing with the fuel cell. Hey, while you're at it, guys, you want to go ahead and share this video for me? I'd really appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that like button and tell me how you're liking the build so far. All right, let's go ahead and get these welded up like I said. Let's keep going. One more thing marked off that list. Got it all welded up. Much further welds in that was on there. Yeah, that's nice. Really got the, I think I got the welder pretty dialed in. Obviously, different thickness material. You're gonna have to change the settings, but I think I got it pretty set. All right, time to move on to reassembling the bags, putting that back in, the shocks, after I let that cool a little bit. Then we put the wheels on and mark that off the list. On to the next one. Laid out, shocks installed, all four corners. There's more room on these so they can go bigger wheels, no problem here. And you still actually have room back here if you wanted to go bigger wheels. We're gonna next work on the fuel cell, get that in. And during some downtime, maybe when I'm taking my lunch over the next few days, I'm gonna figure out the center section. We're gonna get something put in there and figured out so we can make sure we can keep moving on. I'm not sure if we're figuring out drive shaft when we put the motor and trans back in. Maybe get the drive shaft. It'll be a two-piece. I believe that's supposed to be the mount for the carrier. All right, looks good. Can't wait to put that on here and see what it all looks like. now that we have this placed kind of where they had it, it's very odd. Not square anywhere. The widths are correct, so something is tweaked or off. But you got a bigger gap here, but we're gonna make it square there, and it's square here. So something's off. And then if you look over here, that flange is at an angle. That one is well. But then when you straighten that out, then it makes that angle way off. And these are drilled at an angle. They're not a straight line on the frame. The riv nuts they have in the frame. So they should have, and what I would have done, was you get the fuel cell where you want it, put some clamps on it, and then drill all your holes at the same time so they line up perfectly. So I need to pull the fuel cell and figure out what bolt size those are so we know what size hole to drill in the fuel cell. And you saw that we already went ahead and trimmed the ears, so now I have movement and can line it up the best I can, make it look the best I can. We'll get on that now. We'll get this thing secured and bolted down. Now the gas tank's mounted, that's pretty much all the mods for the frame for now. We're gonna have to modify, I believe, the bed mounts, which are these plates here. That's why they're not fully welded in on purpose. I left them alone because I'm not sure what has to be done. I was told they need raised, but we'll see when we get to that. So next, finally, is to start tearing that down. I need to figure out how I'm going to arrange these to make it easier for me to get this chassis out and back in, because I don't have a lift and it's pretty crowded in here. I got a narrowing job I'm waiting on parts for. I have to stash some beds over there, but I need to figure out the best result and way to get that cab up off of there, which I'll probably use my big jack stands, the 12 tons. Oh no, they're the 6 tons, excuse me. They start where the 3 tons max out at. Well, I might get the 12 tons that start where these max out at. They max out, the 12 tons, I think, at 3 feet. I may do that with some, I have some square tubing, 2x3 square tubing. I may just make something to hold it up, and I'll take the wheels off, get the chassis real low when I separate it, and basically have that cab suspended in the air, and then the chassis will get pulled out from underneath it, and that one slid into it. That way we could start getting it prepped and ready, because I need to cut for the trans tunnel for that Coyote motor, and we need to get a tunnel made for it and go from there. Hey, look at those little things. Those are cuter than hell, aren't they? All right, went ahead and grabbed some of these gunny wheels. That way I can roll that chassis out when I pick the body up. It'll be a lot easier than having these fat wheels on them. As you saw, we put them on all four sides. And now that's what's on this frame until we get the body off. All right, let's keep this momentum going. Now I got it finally positioned where I want it for now. We'll leave it on the rollers. We're gonna go ahead and pull everything off and out off the fenders of the engine bay. That way we can take this hood and front clip and everything off. Get it ready to take off this chassis. We'll drain the fluid. We'll leave everything we can on the motor. That way it can just stay as is, out of the way. That wasn't so bad at all. Now with the hood off, we can really access everything better. So like I said, we're gonna pull the battery. We'll disconnect anything that's on the fenders. We'll drain the radiator. I'll go ahead and pull it out of the way because we won't need it. We'll disconnect power steering lines. The brake lines are not in the way, so we want to disconnect them. All this electrical will be pushed out of the way. I'll pull the bumper, front and rear, set them aside, and then either I'll use the hoist. I'll probably make a bar to go across to lift that up evenly or something, or I'll get some help. I'll have someone come over and help me lift that front clip off. Once I get the front clip off, I can set that out of the way as well. Maybe I'll set the front clip out of the way and then just set the hood on top of it. We'll see. Shocked. The things people do. And there's no way this was a temporary fix. This wire and this wire, very heavy gauge, were twisted together. Oh, let me go ahead and pick that back up. Were twisted together and only had heat shrink on them. No solder, I was able to just pull them. Every one of these wires that someone installed, whatever this harness is for. Terrible job, terrible. That's dangerous. All right, I'm gonna keep tearing away at getting the wiring into the cab on both sides everywhere while the radiator drains into that bucket. Once that radiator is empty, and I have, you see it's still slowly draining down there out of the Peacock. Once I get the wiring and everything out of the way, we'll set the hood down, not there, because I'm actually gonna set the whole front clip up against the back of the truck, and then I'm gonna set the hood on it, on top of the front clip, so it's less stuff in the way. But we're gonna get the front clip off, all the wiring pulled back into the cab, and we'll get this motor and transmission out of the way. Then we'll be able to access the trans tunnel and the actual cab. We'll start pulling the carpet and everything like that to get it test fitted on there. Before we get it test fitted on there, the motor and transmission need to go in on there, then the cab, so we know where we need to do the trans tunnel and everything around. We'll keep plugging away. Getting there, one step at a time. The core is ready to be lifted. I need to go ahead and pull that bumper as the lip of the core sits up underneath there. So it'll be easier for me to go ahead and take that bumper off and then go ahead and pull that front core off, front section. Moving right along on this. The hoist is working out real good. We're getting all these parts off by myself. So now we just have the cab. But before I take the cab off, I'm gonna make more room so I can get underneath it and all the way around it how I need. We're gonna yank this motor out. And then this chassis is gonna get loaded up and go into the scrap pile. Then we'll get this one on stands. I'll get this, once the motor's out, I'll get this moved around where I want it. That way, when I roll this chassis out from underneath it, I can roll this chassis underneath it, underneath this one. I should move this chassis and then put this one, pull it over here. That way I can just roll the chassis out this way and turn them out the door if I need to. But I'm not sure yet. Pulling that motor and everything is gonna be on the next video. That's it for this one. It's been a while since it's been updated, so I figured I'd get this one out. If you like what you see, you want to follow more, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications for me. That way you can watch this video when I post it up. If you wouldn't mind also, share it. Trying to build my audience and get some more subscribers. Network out a little further. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.